Hello and welcome to Pilates. My name is Jo Murray and I'm an exercise physiologist for South Central Foundation. Thank you for welcoming me into your home. Before we get started, a few reminders. Please exercise at your own pace and feel free to modify as needed. Make sure you are moving in a pain-free motion. If you experience any faintness, dizziness, pain, or shortness of breath at any time during our class, please stop the exercise and contact your provider. Let's get moving. We're going to start with a nice deep breath in, extend above, lengthen to the entire body, exhale, bring it out. Let's do that again. Breath in, inhale through the nose, exhale out the mouth. Soft knee, bend there just to release that back. Come up for breath. Exhale, bring it out. And then one more time, breathe in. Nice tall lengthening. Exhale, bring it out. All right, we're going to start with hip drives to the front. We're going to just press forward and come back to center. So we're trying to kind of rotate that pelvis anterior a little bit. It's not really a lunge, it's just more of a tap and coming back standing. Getting some extension in that lumbar. Just nice and easy. You can modify your position by just decreasing your distance. All right, now we are going to add arms above the head, but we're going to hang out there a little bit longer. So we're going to step, hip drive, and reach. Trying to extend into good extension here. Your eyeballs are on looking at the ceiling, so you're getting a nice extension throughout your entire body. Should feel good. If reaching above is a little bit too much for that low back, you can just shorten that lever position and just keep them by your shoulders. All right? Okay, a couple more here. All right, we're going to widen our base of support. And we're going to do kind of a hip hinge, a little bit of a squat. So I want you to take your heels, your hips back, pressing that weight through your heels. Okay, it should feel comfortable. Should be able to kind of lift your toes up just to check to make sure that you're sitting back into the hip hinge rather than coming forward and putting pressure on your knees. Again, you can modify this, which is a sort of a modified, less depth of squat there. Make it your own, or you can go even a little bit deeper. Just, again, you're setting those hips back, right? Good. Let's do a couple more. Okay, very good. I'm going to move down the mat a bit because I'm going to do a lateral or a side sort of hip drive. So with this, we want a hip hinge, which we've just done, flat back, and I'm going to press my hip back. All right? So we're pushing back here and up. So you want to make sure that your back is flat and you're not rounded. Using that core to support this forward lean, right? And feel free to just kind of put your hands on your thighs to support that. And then you're just standing up to a nice erect posture, reconnecting to that core. Remember, Pilates core is all about mind, muscle, intention. Making it happen through that focus in your brain, translating down to that muscle group. Let's do a couple more. Good. Okay, we're going to switch to the other side of my mat, standing tall. And again, modify if this bothers your knees at any point or hips. Decrease your distance in which you step out. The goal is to really drive that hip back. Both feet are forward. You're feeling some nice adductor stretch there, inner thigh. Pressing back. And we're standing tall again, really aligning that posture. And then a couple more, hip hinge, support, stand tall, hip hinge, stand tall. Okay, I'm going to turn to the side. I'm going to take this leg back so you have a pretty good stride position, right? Most important, both toes are forward, especially that back foot. Lots of people tend to rotate that. You have to allow that ankle joint to track. So you're going to come up on the ball of your foot. So we're going to start working through that core, activating that psoas, that hip flexor a little bit. And we're basically just rolling and releasing. So it's anterior, posterior. Okay, sagittal plane, just forward and back. But my muscle intention is just kind of controlling this into the core, right? Forward and back. Now, if you're ready, we're going to go ahead and add arms with that roll. Arms with that roll. Arms with that roll. Arms with that roll. Now tuck, and now come back. So you're going to feel more open and more stretching that hip flexor. We're going to hold this. Take your arms out and come behind. Chin up. Shoulders down, let's lengthen. So we're trying to open that chest, lengthen the neck, get a wonderful stretch out of that. Okay, very good. We're going to rotate it again, other side. So we're going to start with that forward and back, just kind of rolling in and rolling out. Rolling in and rolling out. Getting all that motion here in that core and that pelvis, and add those arms if you desire, just rolling up, rolling up, rolling up. And let's take it up now and hold it, and drop back and extend. So I'm feeling that great stretch in the psoas, right? Really reaching here. And arms back, interlock. If it's comfortable for you, chin up, press and hold. All right, last warm up. We're going to be doing transverse plane. We've got all three planes of motion. And then go to the top of the mat. So basically what we're doing, we're staying on one side. You're going to step and rotate. So again, we're opening at the chest, but we're getting that nice T-spine rotation, which equates to healthy hips and knees. Palm up. Just follow that all the way around. Come back. Should feel good. Big step. Rotate it. Coming back. Big step. Coming back. Reaching, opening up. And back. Big rotation. Back. Step and rotate. Step, rotate. Oh, let's do two more. Last one. On this side. Okay, I'm going to switch my mat so I can face you. Deep breath, step and rotate. Follow that hand and come on back. Step, rotate. So the body moves in rotational patterns. Rotation is your power. Really opening up. You can feel it in the opposing hip. Take it around. Couple more. Last one. Take it around. All right, I think we're ready. Again, make sure that you move in a pain-free motion. I'll give you a few modifications throughout, and you can choose whatever works best for your body today. Every day is a little bit different. All right, so we're gonna start with standing sort of modified crunches. So that support leg, I'm gonna move off my mat a little bit. That support leg is slightly bent, micro bend, right? So settle into your support leg. So we're gonna be drawing that knee towards chest, but we're not gonna be folding over. I want you to stand fairly tall. Connect to your core. So as you lift, your awareness, your mind, muscle, intention is drawing that core in, right? If you modify here, you can just keep it a lower lift. But our goal is to stay fairly single leg balance, right? So that toe is just barely touching that floor as I come back down, all right? So breath in, exhale to crunch. Exhale to crunch. So you're feeling that power of the core here, right? And you can start to feel that hip flexor tighten up. That's why we did our hip flexor stretches. Draw it up. Draw it up. Tighten it. Pull in every time, feeling that. All right, let's do 4 more here. Pull in tight. Connect to it. 3 more. 2 more. Last one. Take it straight back, because that's psoas, that hip flexor, right? You feel that? Let's stretch it right there and just go ahead and reach back. Okay, let's set up for the next side. So, plant your foot, base of support, square your shoulders and your hips. You don't want to be standing lopsided, right? Soft micro bend in that knee. Connect. Deep breath. Here we go. Tighten. Navel deep. Right there. Feeling that? Yeah. Pulling in. Drawing that focus. Center core. Keeping that good posture. That's the function of the core, is to keep you upright and strong, right? Allowing a nice wide lung expand as you breathe. Pull in tight, connecting into that core. Right there. Connect to it. Breathing. Pull it in. I still have that mind muscle awareness into my core. Every time I bring that leg up, boom, right there. We're gonna do 4 more, keeping your shoulders square. If you need to hold on to a chair to help keep your body in alignment, that's what I want you to do, rather than be to one side. Okay, last one, take that back. Lengthen through that psoas. Reach here. All right, so now we are going to go to the lateral hip drives that we did in our warm-up, but we're gonna add a little bit of a challenge to it. So we're gonna do lateral hip drives, and we're gonna come back to just, again, that toe, that single leg balance kind of, all right? And then our second option is going to bring that up into the knee lift to hold, okay? So I'm gonna move off my mat. I have better leverage when I'm on a hard surface. Okay, so we're starting with that hip drive that we did in the warm-up, and then come to tall torso. But I want you now to focus on just using your big toe for balance, right? So drive it down, tap and hold. Hip back, tap and hold. So again, lining that posture. You're coming nice to that nice upright. hip back. Good. So this is the modification you want to stay with if you choose to not add that single knee balance, which again is going to reignite that core. We just did that knee lift. So now we're progressing into holding that knee lift into that single leg balance, which core needs to be recruited for that balance challenge. Setting those hips back, driving, coming upright. Good. All right, we have a couple more here. Excellent. Okay, we're going to switch to other side of your mat. So same thing, choose how deep you want to go on that lateral lunge. So drop it, take it up, drive it back, pull up to good posture. Back, standing tall. Drive it, pull up. There it is, stand tall and up. Bring it up, lift tall, hips back on this, lifting, bring it up. Last two right here, standing tall. Okay, very good. So now we're going to add that more difficult option. So choose what you want or do a few. Go back to the beginning. So I'm going to do my side lateral, but I'm pulling up to balance hold, right? So get situated with that. About 6 seconds or so. So drive it, pull it up. You're going to really feel that core connect as you hold that position. Here we go. Pull to lift. A little bit too much power there on that one. Come up. So feeling a lot more challenged going directly from that lunge position right into that knee bent, holding balance. Connecting the entire body, working here. Core support on that nice tall stance. Last two. And your last one. Drive it, bring it up, hold it. Let's stretch out that psoas. Drive it back, lengthen it out, add extension. Beautiful. You might have felt your heart rate increase a bit on that. Okay, we're going to move to the other side. So I'm going to drop it down and pull it up to that knee lift. I almost forgot, huh? Drive it back, pull it up and hold. Drive it back, bring it up to hold. Drive it back, bring it up to hold. Drive it back, bring it up to hold. Back, bring it up to hold. Drive it back, bring it up. Back, bring it up. Back, pull it up. Drive it, pull it up. Pull it up. Bring it up. Bring it up. Bring it up. Last two. Pull it up. Last one. Hold it. Step it back. Get some extension. Bring it back. Okay, very good. All right, we're going to head down to the mat. All right, So we're going to start with dynamic straight arm planks. So what's that? We're just going to be moving through our planks, but we're going to be unloading eccentrically. So we're not going to start from a flat and then try to lift up into a plank. We're going to lower it down with good muscle control. Okay, so wider base of support is where we're going to start. That's the easiest place to start. So again, we're going to use that hip hinge. So we hip hinge, flat back, not rounded, right? Walking it out. Straight arms and then lower down slow into a good plank. So align your head. Hold it, walk it back, roll up, tightening that core, and then come up and finish an extension. Arms back down, walk it out, lower slow, squeeze, hold, then come back up, roll up, extension, walk it out, lower down slow, come back up into extension, round, breath. If you want to modify it for this, you can come to your knees and do a plank that way, walking it back, roll it up, extension, drop, walk it out. Choose what level works best for you. Bring it up. Soft knees as you roll up to extension. Take it down. Walk it out. Lower slow. Hold it. Bring it back up. Round it. Lift tall. And down. Walk it out. Lower slow. Hold it. Back up. Soft knees, bring it up, take it down, walk it out, lower slow, walk it back up, round it, lift. We're going to do 2 more, walk it out, lower slow, hold, take it back up, soft knees, extension, down, last, dynamic, straight arm, walk it out, lower slow, hold, hold, go ahead and drop to your knees and just stretch back, reaching through the shoulders, fingertips. Okay, from here, we're going to go up to cat-cow. So I recommend making a fist. Helps depress the shoulders and engage the lats, right? So we're going to take breath in. As we exhale, we're going to round and tuck. So pulling in, navel deep, as well as that pelvic floor. So breath in, inhale, really rounding, and then we're tucking that chin, pulling that navel in, stretching, rounding like a cat. Take it back up for breath, head back. So you can really feel that stretch when you come back into that extension, right? Exhale down. Breath in, come on up. Exhale down. Breath in. Exhale down. Back up for breath. Exhale. Last 2 here. Breath in, exhale. And 1 more. Breath in and exhale. Okay. Go ahead and have a seat on your mat. So we did a lot of extension. Now it's time to get in some flexion. We're going to keep that nice balance. So another important feature in really helping to ignite that pelvic floor is to really draw your heels in as well as your big toes. So you can really feel that, even if you're just sitting here. Try that for a moment. I'm going to take my breath in. I'm going to push, ignite my pelvic floor, which is kind of lifting up, and then navel deep. So you feel the power of that whole center. That's what we're trying to achieve, okay? If you're just here, you lose all of that. Anytime we draw to the midline, we're going to ignite that pelvic floor more, okay? So Pilates is mind, muscle, intention. The more you put into that, the more you're going to get those results. So let's start. Breath is number one. We're going to come into that good posture, which is lengthening my spine from the top of my head all the way down to my sacrum. If I start out here, it's not only poor posture, but I'm decreasing my lung volume by sitting in that poor posture. So we want to elevate to really open up our lungs. Okay. And we're also going to start by holding on. Just kind of protects our position. So it's breath in here. As we flow down, we're going to soften that tuck in our chin. And then come back up in using that breath. So let's just do some of these to get that nice flow with breath. As you exhale down, you're really pulling into that core. We're breathing. So as you get more comfortable with lowering, you can go a little bit lower with your body. And you're going to start to feel more of a challenge in your core. Again, I'm squeezing my heels and my big toes. I'm really igniting the whole entire body. If you only want to modify here, that's fine. Right? Round it down. With breath. Back up tall. Round it down. Back up and lift. Round it down. All right, you should be feeling pretty comfortable with the amount of distance that you can roll down and not feeling it in your back. So our next challenge is going to be just simply to let go of that support if you're ready for it. So we're taking that breath in. Here we are. Come back up. Go ahead and pull back into extension to always realign with that posture. Exhale. Heels in. Hold it. And then back up for a breath. Exhale. Pulling back up nice and tall. Exhale. Back up. Exhale. Lifting tall. Exhale. If you still need to hold on, do so. And just stay with this position. Right? Let's do a couple more of these with our arms letting go, reaching. Good, let's do one more. Hold it. Okay, now we are going to go all the way down. So let's go ahead and start with holding on as we round down. We're going to go all the way down, but we're not going to relax on the floor. So this is what we're going to do. Take a breath in. Round down. I'm going to let go. Then I roll back slowly. My arms come back right by my ears. Notice my head is up though. This is really challenging my core. If you need to add a hand for support, you can. But our goal, you can grab here to roll up one vertebrae at a time. So the goal here is a smooth roll up. So holding on is essential if you're unable to lift and roll up without throwing your body up into it. If you're struggling to get up, please grab your legs and pull, lift. And also what's most important on this roll up is tucking that chin, right? If your head's out here, it's really tough to get up. So choose the option that works best for you today. Here we go. Breath in, exhale down. Squeeze those heels, open back, round, tuck. Lift to top. Exhale down, slow. Reach back, feel that challenge, and back up to lift. Breath. Exhale down. Right here, open back. Take it back up nice and tall. Exhale down. Taking it back. Exhale, round slowly, taking it back. Exhale, down slowly, taking it back. Exhale, up, rounding slowly. Squeeze in those heels. Breath. We're gonna do 2 more. Round it down. Take it back. 1 more. Lift, roll, down. All right, now you can take your head down to the floor. So you've got a lot of extension out of that. Let's release that back a bit. So most important thing here, feet are wide, and walk your feet close to your body. If you get out here and try to bridge, guess what? It's gonna be all hamstring. And that doesn't feel very good. It's just gonna cramp up. So we're trying to work through the extensors of the spine to release it. So hands down at the side here. We're gonna take a deep breath in. So we're gonna do a 2-parter on this. It's not just about the lifting, but it's most importantly about the lowering, that eccentric component of it. Again, we're controlling that lowering, pulling in that core. So here we go, breath in, exhale up, lift those hips. Now really connect, pelvic floor draws up, navel in. You're gonna lower slow. As you lower, breath in, you're not gonna let your hips touch that mat. Right before it does, you exhale back up into extension. Right? So you can really feel the power of your core at this point, especially as you draw down with control. Lifting up, lowering, navel deep. Breath in, exhale back up to extension. Lower slow, navel deep, breath in. Exhale back up to lift. Exhale down, pulling that navel in. Back up to lift. Exhale down, pull that navel in. We're gonna do 3 more, ready? Take it back up, lift. You're feeling some great glute recruitment as well. Glutes are considered a part of the core. Back up, gotta have strong glutes. And 1 more, back up for breath and exhale. Let's hold it up this time, hold it up. Hold it up, draw in, slowly lower. All right, good job. Bring your knees in and just a little bit of a rock and roll to the right, left. All right, so you're gonna open up your fingertips, hands wide. You're gonna lift your hips up and take your hands under your lumbar sacrum area for support. So go ahead and bring your knees into your chest, right? All right, so we're gonna start with sort of an alternate march, but your legs are fixed position, meaning the legs aren't moving. They're moving, but they're fixed. So in other words, we're not gonna be flutter kicking this, right? We want the power to come from your core. So my head is up, changes the whole exercise. If you need to add a hand for support, do it. But see how I'm tapping, and every time I draw my knee back, I'm pulling in that core. So this is the first option with lumbar support, head up. Right here, pulling back and forth, tapping, drawing in. Every time I come back with that knee, I'm really feeling the power of my core, right? So breath in, breath out. Pull, tighten it, bring it in, tighten it. Your head and neck might be feeling discomfort, so bring it in close to your chest. Try to keep it as vertical as possible to align it with gravity forces. If my head's back here, it's gonna be very uncomfortable. That head weighs a lot more in this position at this angle than it does straight up tucking that chin. So let's feel it. Tuck that chin. Let's go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ah, good job. All right, pull back into your chest. And move side to side a little bit. If you need to do a few bridges just to get that back into feeling a little bit less tense, go ahead and do that. All right, so that was our first sort of level. And we're going to progress to letting go with our back support if you can. If you still need back support, stay with those hands right at that lumbar, right? All right, so I'm going to bring those legs out. Take a nice deep breath. Exhale, roll up. You should immediately feel that upper part of that abdominal wall just really tense up, right? So we fix position. Now, this is the next option. Hands at the side, arms reaching, tucking, tucking, and tapping, pulling in, pulling in, pulling in, breathing, breathing, right there. Tuck that chin, tuck that chin. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, very good. Roll it side to side. Now, let's get into some extension. I just want you to roll over on your elbows to prone position, face down. And we're going to come up to elbows first and just come back and lengthen that entire muscle. So you should feel that. Head back. If you want to, you can come up with straight arms. That's up to you. Head back. We're going to go ahead and stretch back here into child's pose. You can align your head a little bit better by making 2 fists and putting your forehead into your fist. Just a little bit more comfortable than being here, right? Take it right there. Okay, we're going to go back to our sitting on the mat. Okay, but this time we're going to add bent knee roll-ups. So these are a little bit more challenging, I think. So we're going to start the same way, flowing with breath and holding on. So knees are bent, so not out here. If you can, bring them up. We want to realign that posture by getting good tall, right? Breath in, long neck, chin up. Let that air flow in. As I exhale, I round down and pull in my pelvic floor. I'm holding on here. And then back up. Breath. And exhale, down, round, tuck. And then back up, breathing. And then exhale, down, round. And back up. So we're not going to be going all the way down with the bent knee. We're going to add a few other modifications or a few other options. Use that breath every time. Round, down, tuck. So soften the neck, soften the jaw. Even though we're tucking, we don't want to force it or drive it into our chest, creating all the other accessory muscles tensing up. We don't want that tension. Release with your breath. Let that tension out with your exhale. Let's do 2 more with holding on. Last one, holding on. Hold it. And up. All right, so as you might have guessed by now, we're going to let go of this position. Try to control it with our core by not holding on. If you need to hold on, this is where you want to stay with that position, okay? So most important thing is using that breath. Your exhale is your power. So find the option that works best for you, for your body today. Breath in, Lengthen that spine. Exhale, fold. Are you ready to let go? Hold it. And then roll up. Pull to that extension every time. Exhale down. Tighten it up. And then bring it on to that extension with breath. Exhale. And then back up. Breathing. Exhale. Back up for breath. Exhale. Pull to the lift. Lengthening into that spine. Exhale. Come back up. Exhale. Pull back up. Breath. Exhale. Right here, hold it. Back up. Exhale. Last two, take that breath. Exhale, reach, hold it. And last one, breath. Exhale down, hold it, hold it. All right, good job. Okay, so now we're gonna do a bit of external oblique, all right? We're gonna be using the same bent knee position, but it's gonna be up to you to produce the force, the muscle tension, all right? I'm gonna change my angle here a little bit so you can see better what I'm doing. So we're gonna do that same flow down, but this time I'm gonna lift a knee up, opposing hand. I'm gonna rotate my torso, but I'm gonna apply force. So I'm pushing inward against my inner thigh. So I'm creating tension within the obliques, right? So it looks like this. Again, that deep breath in, exhale down, knee, and then press and resist. So it's up to you. How much tension do you wanna produce? You feel that? Come back up to breathe. Exhale down. Opposing leg, pull it across. Press, press, press. Okay, let's try a few of these. These are more challenging. If you find it's too much, just go ahead and continue with the roll down, roll up, bent knee. All right, so let's go. Breath in. Resist, resist, resist. Come back up to breathe. Tall spine. Exhale. Resist, resist. And then come back up and breathe. Exhale, press. Tighten it. And then come back up to breathe. Exhale. Resist, resist. Come back up to breathe. Down, press. Resist, resist. Come back up for a breath. Exhale, press, resist, resist. Come back up to breathe. Exhale, resist, resist. Last two, nice tall posture. Round down, press across, resist. Last one, breathe, round, tuck, lift, push, press, and back up. All right, very good. Okay, so now we're gonna do the final exercise. We're gonna be on our backs, but we're gonna use straight leg, a longer lever position, which is going to increase the tension in our core, right? So I'm gonna give you the modifications, and then you're gonna choose what works best for you. But before we do, let's do a few bridges just so we can prep that low back. So bringing it back, lengthening up. You can really feel how that kind of releases everything, right? Breath in, exhale back up. Breath in, exhale back up. And then last one, just to make that low back a little bit more happy with what's to come. And if you need to take your knees into your chest, that's a nice stretch as well for that lumbar, and just kind of rock and roll here a little bit. That nice squishy mat feels good. All right, so Straight legs, super straight legs. Both legs are off the floor, as you can see. So we're going to start grab and hold. Straight legs, pointed toes. If your legs are bent, it breaks the lever, makes it a whole lot more difficult. So you want it just nice flow, using your breath. Exhale, exhale. Now notice how my body is up and my chin is tucked, right? You want to not keep that head back. That makes it really uncomfortable. So feel that flow. The pelvis is square, right? We're not moving all around. We hope not, because we have that strong core that's doing all the stability. If you want to grab your ankle, tuck, bring your upper back higher, that's going to create more of a challenge, right? And knees in. All right, so those are challenging, I think. Now, we're going to finish up with the final option of the straight leg. So that's going to involve a couple of things. First, we're going to be bringing our arms out to the side, head up. And then I'm going to bring arms above the head and make it dynamic with my upper body. All right? So legs up. Now, tuck that chin. Remember, we don't want that head back. Makes it so uncomfortable. Let go. Here we go. Nice, smooth. Tighten that core. 8, 7, 6, head up. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Aha, bring those in. Rock and roll a little bit. All right, now we're gonna do the arm extension. So I just call this prayer position. I tuck it in towards my sternum. I extend it way above my head. All right, so choose the option you wanna go for. Starting here, I come out, I open. Again, my head doesn't rest on the mat. I'm pulling into tuck, open back. 8, 7, straight legs. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, I'm feeling it, and 1. Oh, bring it in. Good job, good job. All right, I want you to go ahead and place your feet back down. Let's do a couple of bridges just to get out of that lumbar tightness, discomfort a bit. Hips up, lower down, slow connect, breath in. And then we're gonna go back up to lift. And this is our last one. Breath in. And exhale back up. Okay, so I want you to just cross one knee over the other. It doesn't matter which. Now let's open up our arms, palms face up. And you're going to just let the weight of your body drop to one side. You don't need to force it. You're just getting a nice stretch. Opening that up. Go ahead, take it up. Don't switch out your knees because you're going to get a completely different stretch. You'll feel it. And then really kind of add a little bit of force into that, lengthening through that oblique that we worked. Opening up. Bring knees center, pull them to your chest. Here's where you can tuck. Alrighty, cross it, opposite side, drops over. Bring it back up, drop it to the other side. Add a little bit of pressure on that from that top leg. Come back, knee to chest, hug. All right, untangle your legs. Let's release our hip flexor. Gets really tight with Pilates with all the leg stuff. So feet wide, knees wide. Now it's really important, imperative that you flex your foot. It's gonna help stabilize your knee joint if you have any kind of tweaky knee. So all we're basically gonna do, feet apart, I'm just letting my knee fall towards the midline. It doesn't have to be all the way down, but you're gonna feel a great lengthening of that psoas. And I'm also going to bring up my arm and reach above. I want you to switch it out. Breath in, flexion on that foot. Let the leg draw towards midline, reach up. And now we're just gonna roll in the direction of our knees to safely bring ourselves up. And we're gonna finish up with a quadruped rock, which is just a passive release of the back. So, hands and knees. So it's breath in as you come back. Just exhale. Again, we're lowering slowly and unloading eccentrically. We're just kind of letting those hips fall forward with straight arms, stretching through the back and the lats. Breath in. Breath in, stretch through those lats. Let's do a couple more. These feel good. One more. Now this time I want you on your hands, if you can, straight arms and head back into extension. If you need to modify on elbows, drop down. All right, balls of your feet, you walk back, pushing off your mat. We're gonna round up one vertebrae, tabletop position, so my back is flat. And from here, we're gonna do our cat-cow with breath. Exhale, tucking, back up for breath. Round tuck, back up. And here we go, round it, slowly raising up. We're gonna finish with extension. Soft knees, hips come forward. Come back. I'm gonna take my fingers behind. I want to bring my shoulders back and down to lengthen and open up that chest, right? All right, thanks for joining me today.